if you're an experienced coach, you get great results with your clients, you're skilled, but you just can't really get to the next level with your online business. I know this video is really going to help you. I want to break down 5 of the key areas that always seem to be a limitation for good coaches. Let me get straight into this. The first one, and it is so common. You're a good coach. You care about your clients, you care about the results that they achieve, and you're posting your results consistently. And maybe for a particular period of time, you were on the receiving end, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, of a lot of incoming messages. People actually wanting to work with you, directly messaging you and saying, have you got space? Have you got, I'm really interested in working with you. Could I have some more details? Now, as you start to want to grow your business, you look at this, and with the competition that exists in the world today, yes, it's so important for you to dial in exactly who you want to work with. People can see your results, but not every single person is going to message you. Now, you got to understand that in business all over the world, there is marketing and sales. And when it comes to growing your business, every single one of us, me included, has a natural level of inbound inquiries. But to be able to grow, to be able to scale, to be able to go to the next level, you need to create some degree of sales and marketing. Now, your marketing, your content, your messaging, your positioning, communicating with your audience, a lot of time good coaches do this very well. You've got the results, you've got the brand, you've got the content that you're putting out on a day-to-day basis, but that is kind of one layer. You can't expect people to come to you. And this is an ego thing. Good coaches, maybe you've historically come from personal training where you're in the gym and everybody knows you and you are the kind of like, yeah, everybody always wants to work with me. And then you go online and then you build your business to 20, 30 online clients, maybe even more, and people are inquiring to you. There has to be an element online of you actually speaking to people, actually putting initiatives out such as, comment, engage, message, to encourage people to communicate with you, but also the people that are arriving on your page. Not everybody is at the level yet where they're ready to actually message you. So if you want to be able to grow, you also need to be proactive. You need to be proactive in actually starting conversations with people, giving people a reason to connect and engage with you. So the first reason why a lot of good coaches reach a plateau or a ceiling with their business is because you are not prepared to now start having conversations and engaging with people, directing people to buy something. Now, it may be that you have a landing page. It may be that you are creating a unique offer as a launch or something. But if you rely on people messaging you for coaching, it'll take you so far, but there will be a ceiling. The second thing, and this is massive, you are a great coach. You get good results. You help people and your community speaks volumes. And we see this on so many good coaching pages. Sometimes you have 3, 5, 10, 20,000 plus followers, but you're not really growing. Well, it's because you're not studying marketing, communication, and direct response marketing, right? Ultimately, this gap between where you are and where you want to be, you have a responsibility to understand the marketing, the buying cycle of people, like how long it takes people to become a client, the sales cycle, how long it helps people to get to know you and then buy from you, and then how your content moves people from being unaware of you to buying into you to then wanting to buy from you. A lot of coaches that I talk to, I say, who do you work with? Who's your specific target audience? What are they struggling with? How do you direct your content to speak to these types of people? How do you communicate your values and what you believe to be true? They're like, well, they don't really know, yet they're making 5, 7, 10,000 plus a month. It's like, that's got you so far. The whole idea of clients coming to you has got you so far, but the gap between where you are now and where you want to be is now layering on your coaching knowledge with marketing knowledge. And trust me, like when the coaches come to see me, they're like, I'm not really getting many clients. It's like, cool. Tell me what you know about marketing. Because I've got to be honest with you. When you run an online business, you are running a media business. I understand direct response marketing, copywriting, messaging, positioning, paid ads, landing page design, optimizations, you name it. I study it all when it comes to marketing. And I'm still evolving. And when you look at the gap between you being a good coach and you being a good coach and marketer and CEO and founder, these are very often the gaps that are stopping you actually grow and attract more people. The third thing, this is very important. You may have 4,000 followers. You may have 10,000 followers, whatever following you have. But a lot of coaches, as good as you are, will price yourselves based on your Instagram following, not based on the outcome and the result that you can achieve for a customer. This is so important. Yeah, but I see people with a lot bigger following than me and justifying charging 250 to 300 pounds a month. Look, there are business mentors out there with 500,000 to 1 million followers. I have 78,000 followers, but I still charge myself actually aligned and what we do for our company with our product and the outcome that we produce. The product, the outcome, and the proof and evidence of what we do. Right? So my pricing is not determined by my following size. It's so important you understand that your following size has nothing to do with how much you price. It's based on value, it's based on outcome, the result, and the evidence of that over time. If you can actually show evidence and you know what you do and the results you achieve, you have a product. And then you put the price based on the product, based on the value. Do not think that it's just to do with the amount of following that you've got, which justifies how much you charge. So number 3 is that you price yourself based on your product, your value, your outcome, and the proof of those results. Number 4, one of the reasons why a lot of coaches, good coaches, struggle to grow online is because you believe that time equals value. Now, before a lot of coaches get bent out of shape and say, oh, here's another business mentor telling you that you need to shorten the time that you spend with clients. I'm a good coach. I believe that I should be spending time with my clients. I get that. But there is a difference between, value, which you sell. For a lot of coaches, they say, look, I'm going to give you a 1 hour call every single week. I'm going to give you a 30 to 40 minute Loom video every single week. You've got 50 clients. That's like 35 to 40 hours a week of filming 45-minute Loom videos, or you're giving 35 minutes to 40 minutes on a call every single week. Number 1, it's not efficient. Number 2, it's not what your client needs. And number 3, you've got a list of clients and everybody's goal requirements is very, very different. There is a very big difference between actually selling a product and an outcome. And if the person is coming with you for a specific outcome and that person is very happy, let me explain. I don't go to a 5-star hotel for the amount of times they're going to check on the room. I'm going for the service. I'm going for the outcome and the experience, right? But I'm not going because someone sold me how many times they're going to check on the room, how many times they're going to ask me if I'm okay. I'm actually going for the product, the outcome, and the value. So you need to understand this. If the client's getting the result, if the client's feedback is they're happy and the client has everything that they need to successfully achieve what they need to achieve, you don't have to sell time. And that is where a lot of coaches, you will free up like 30, 40% of your week. Coaches have come to us with 60 clients before. And I've said, let's look at your efficiency. Let's look at your structure of your week. Let's look at what the clients have and need. One of the most subtle things that I've ever said to a coach is, look at all of your clients and ask them one simple question. What do you need from me this week? And the client will say, I need this. Great. And then you provide it. And that might just be a message back. What do you need from this week? I'd like a little bit more of an explanation of what I do. Would you like that in a Loom video? Or would you like me to send you a video so you can watch it in your own time when you're traveling or whatever you're doing? I'd like you to send me a video. Bang, link, done. You have to understand that you don't suddenly go, what would be valuable to you this week? I think let's get on a half an hour call, because you think that the half an hour call is what they need. I give my clients what they need to get the outcome that they've invested in. And that's not to say by any stretch of the imagination, we give our build coaches have access to 9 hours of coaching clinics a week. Our scale clients, over 10K per month, they get access to 5 hours of coaching clinics. And do you know what? Not everybody uses them. I would say probably 20 to 25% of our clients are jumping on consistent group clinics, but we make them available to give access to the people that need them, right? But not as many clients as you think use them because they get clear on what they need, they're progressing, they're growing, they enjoy it, but they have access to every single thing and the communication that they need from us. So remember, you are not selling time, You're selling an outcome and a product. And I, having been in the industry 25 years, really know that every single client needs what they need from me to get the job done. But that varies on each independent client, on the outcome and the result that we're actually trying to work on. As long as you have great communication with your client and you're not selling them the fact that they're joining your program for an amount of time with you, you can then make that more bespoke to every single person coming into the program based on what they need. And then finally, hope. I mean, a lot of coaches, we talked right at the beginning of this, is that you think clients should come to you because you're this person as a PT or because you're a good skilled coach, they could come to you. No. A lot of good coaches don't grow because they hope that their business is going to grow. They hope that they're going to get more clients rather than building a predictable lead generation system. Now, what is a predictable lead generation system? It could be directing leads each day to a landing page with a video that then directs people to an application. And as long as you're sending, let's say 100 people to the video a week, you end up getting 30% of people watching the video and you end up getting 3 to 4 applications. As long as you do that consistently, you'll end up with 3 applications every single week. You might close one client. That client might be worth £1,500. So you have a predictable system. Maybe you run follower ads, and those follower ads on Instagram direct new people to follow your Instagram account. When they follow your Instagram account, for every 100 people that follow your Instagram account, you always end up speaking to 15 to 20 people. From the 15 to 20 that you end up speaking to, you end up booking 3 to 4 calls. From 3 to 4 calls, you always sign up 1 to 2 clients, which is 1,500 to 3,000 each week coming into the business. When you do that, you have a predictable system of bringing in leads and clients to your business. Maybe you have a referral system in place that every single month, you know, when you drop it at this, bang, you get a new client. Maybe you launch a low ticket program every single 10 to 12 weeks. And every time you do that, you get between 20 to 30 people signing up to a small group low ticket offer. And then at the end of it, you always upsell 5 to 6 people from that into your higher ticket coaching program, which means every 12 weeks, you have an intake of these types of people. 3 different client acquisition strategies that will bring in new clients to the business at a level of predictability versus the good coach that sits there going, I'm not getting many inquiries. Therefore, one week you get 2 inquiries, the next week you get 1, and then as we get to summer, you might end up with none, and then you have the next week panicking where your sales are coming from. So you've got to understand this, and I say this with the greatest of respect. I'm a good coach, and I've been in the industry a long time, right? I care about you. I care about you building a great business. But you're not going to do that by just being a good coach. You know, your results are not going to get you enough clients to be able to grow and scale this business long term. So you need to understand that clients are not going to come to you, not always. You need to study marketing and lead generation sales, copywriting and direct response marketing. You need to price yourself relevant to the outcome and the result you achieve with people. You've got to make sure that you're not just selling time. And you've not got to hope. You've got to build a predictable lead generation system that's going to get clients coming into your business on a predictable week basis. Whether or not that's a DM to call booking funnel, whether it's a VSL to a video sales letter application funnel, whether or not you run webinars, whether or not you run low ticket to high ticket challenges, whatever it is, whether you run referrals regularly, whatever the system is that you use, you can build a predictable lead generation sales system that brings you consistent clients. But all of this goes right back to understanding marketing and direct response. Now, with this, start to finish, if you actually found this video helpful, how good coaches can actually grow a successful business online, I want to break down the full order of what you're missing. So I've put together a free training, which is taking you from step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the missing links with the predictability of your marketing. So I want to go through the 5 systems that create predictable lead generation for an online coaching business. If you at the moment feel that you have got a lack of predictability with leads coming into the business, I've actually put together the full system which shows you the 5 most advantageous predictable lead generation and sales systems that you can implement into your business. You'll be able to see which one works for you, how it works, what the systems are, and it will give you a lot more clarity and predictability of the leads and sales that you can bring into your business. All you need to do is click the link in the description and it's all yours. Now, for now, I hope you found this video helpful and I'll see you in the next video.